Beware of fake World Naked Bike Ride scams. Fraudulent events in multiple cities leave enthusiasts disappointed and raise concerns about scams in the WNBR community. By Evan Nix. In recent months, a disturbing trend has emerged in various cities across the United States. Fraudulent World Naked Bike Ride, WNBR events being advertised online, only to leave hopeful participants in the lurch. These deceptive listings, often linked to a man named Stephen Franks, have caused significant confusion and frustration among the WNBR community. Denver disappointment, Derek's story. I was so excited to join the ride this past week. I had been looking forward to it for months, said Derek, a Denver resident. His enthusiasm quickly turned to caution when his nudist meetup group noticed a lack of coordination with local law enforcement. The police told me this event was not on their radar, and if we participated, we would be ticketed or arrested, Derek explained. Ultimately, Derek and his group decided not to attend, avoiding potential legal trouble. The Denver event, advertised on allevents.in, claimed to be a grand celebration of body positivity and bicycle power. However, doubts about its legitimacy grew when no additional details or contact information were provided by the organizers. The lack of response from law enforcement and the absence of any real organizing committee left many potential participants like Derek skeptical and disappointed. Indeed, there was no Denver WNBR scheduled this year. Denver has not hosted an official naked bike ride since 2011. One comment on the Denver listing from a user named Kara reads, "This was a fake event. We showed up at the address and no one was there except employees from the botanical garden, who threatened to call the police on us." Other comments suggest that Derek and Kara were not the only ones to have been duped. The San Antonio scam. In November 2023, the San Antonio Current reported that the city might host its first World Naked Bike Ride, according to a listing on SimpleTix. The event was advertised to take place at the Hyatt Regency Hill Country Resort and Spa. However, the resort's marketing representative stated they were unaware of the event. Fast forward to June 2024, and the San Antonio Current updated the story with a new location, Alamo Plaza. It was apparent from their reporting that the primary source for their information about the event came from the SimpleTix listing. Despite the new plans, the event organizers remained unresponsive, and the local police had no knowledge of the event. On the scheduled day, not a single participant showed up, leaving curious onlookers disappointed. "This event is not sanctioned by the city," stated a San Antonio Police Department spokesperson, indicating their readiness to enforce local laws against public nudity. The event listing on SimpleTix, like many others, provided an enticing description of the ride, promising a fun and safe environment for all participants. However, the reality was starkly different. No organizers were available for comment, and no preparations were visible at the advertised location. Chicago confusion. Another fraudulent listing surfaced in Chicago, promoting a World Naked Bike Ride for Gaza. The event description emphasized solidarity with Gaza, but local WNBR organizers were completely unaware of it. This misleading event was just another instance of deception aimed at the unsuspecting public. In response to these fraudulent activities, Chicago WNBR organizer Kenny Riot made a statement on the group's Facebook page, warning the community, "Hey y'all, if you see any posts like this, it is always fake. They've been floating around in various cities since 2021. Do not interact with them. Do not spread them. Just ignore and move on." Riot told PlanetNude that these fake listings have been appearing for a couple of years. "Some riders were asking about them in the FB group, and we just let them know to ignore those because we had nothing to do with them," he said. Despite the ongoing issue, the organizers have not been contacted directly by the perpetrators of the fake events. "I think a couple of our other guys might have tried to find out who made those fake postings, but I don't think they made any discoveries as to who made them," Riot said. Unraveling the mystery. Dozens of false event listings have been posted on platforms like All Events, SimpleTix, and Facebook in various cities around the US, and even internationally. Each listing shares common elements, including images of a man identified as Stephen Franks, his photo ID, and a photo release form. The man in the photo is easily identifiable because he is pictured next to his Illinois driver's license. Stephen Franks, a resident of Highland Park, IL, has an apparent history of lewd exposure, which raises additional questions about the legitimacy of these listings. However, it is essential to consider the possibility that Franks is not directly involved and may be a victim of identity theft or a catfishing scheme, with someone else creating these listings to damage his reputation. The photo release form that is always included with these listings names World Naked Bike Ride LLC as the recipient. However, searches for an entity by that name in multiple state Secretary of State business directories netted no results. Several attempts to reach Mr. Franks for clarification were unsuccessful. Similarly, attempts to contact the listers through the various event sites yielded no responses. The fraudulent listings often feature detailed descriptions, complete with schedules and safety guidelines. However, the lack of real contact information and the unresponsiveness of supposed organizers are telltale signs of their illegitimacy. In some cases, including our own attempts to contact the listing party, potential participants who have tried to reach out for more information received no replies, further solidifying the suspicion that these listings were not genuine. The motive behind these fraudulent listings remains unclear. One theory suggests that the goal might be to manipulate media coverage, causing people to show up at locations hostile to public nudity and potentially get arrested. Another theory posits that someone is trying to harm the reputation of WNBR and/or Stephen Franks by associating their names with these false listings. A message of caution. To avoid falling victim to similar scams, WNBR enthusiasts should take several precautions. Verify event listings. Use reliable resources like the WNBR Wiki to check for legitimate listings. Contact organizers. Ensure there is a reliable contact person for the event. If organizers are uncontactable, be skeptical of the event's legitimacy. Attend with a buddy. Having a partner can provide added safety and verification. Be skeptical. If an event listing seems off, trust your instincts and do further research before participating. It's important to note that WNBRs are decentralized, with no single organizer managing multiple cities. Each city has its own organizer, making it crucial to verify local contacts. As WNBR continues to grow in popularity, it is essential for participants to remain vigilant against fraudulent listings. The wave of fake WNBR listings has caused significant disruption and disappointment within the community, particularly for ride organizers. Participants are urged to stay informed, verify listings, and exercise caution to ensure they are part of legitimate and well-coordinated rides. By doing so, they can continue to enjoy the spirit and message of the World Naked Bike Ride without falling prey to scams.
We hope you're enjoying Planet Nude. If so, please consider a paid subscription. Your membership comes with exclusive content and supports our work. Subscribe at www.planetnude.co. This episode of Planet Nude podcast is sponsored by the Naturist Action Committee, dedicated to making naturism an accepted part of society. Learn more at www.naturistaction.org.